15 things you didn't know about Lisbon. Welcome to Alux.com, the place where future billionaires come to get inspired. Hello, Aluxers. We're so happy to have you with us today as we dive into one of our all-time favorite cities. As you may have guessed from the title, this one's about Lisbon. The capital of Portugal might live in the shadow of other cities on the Iberian Peninsula, but its residents and visitors know full well the charms, delights, and attractions, and hopefully by the time you finish watching this video, so do you. Lisbon is the largest city in Portugal, and its metropolitan area is home to 2.7 million people, which is 27% of the entire country's population, basically meaning a quarter of the country's population lives there. Lisbon stands on the River Tagus, a prime location which supported the nation's amazing seafaring history. Crafted over many centuries, it sits cradled by hills with picture postcard panoramas, cobbled alleys, white-domed cathedrals, and ancient ruins. It's a magnificent city and it seduces visitors into wishing they could stay forever. With that introduction out of the way, here are 15 things you didn't know about Lisbon. Number 1. Lisbon is Europe's second oldest capital. The oldest European capital is Athens, the capital of Greece. Lisbon is next, and generally accepted by experts to be 4 centuries older than Rome, the Italian capital. With this kind of pedigree, you can expect quality food, art, architecture, and all the good stuff we love. The word Lisbon is from the term Alux obo, which means safe harbor in Phoenician, which are strongly believed to be the first settlers. And this seems to be an appropriate juncture to let you in on the fact that... Number 2. Lisbon has never been officially confirmed as the capital of Portugal. Most of the world's capital cities have been confirmed or declared in official documents, as you would expect. This is not so in Lisbon's case. It gained its status de facto when King Alfonso III moved his court in 1255 to what had become Portugal's largest and most important city, and people just went along with it. The lack of official status has certainly been made up for since, as Lisbon is now the capital of the District of Lisbon, the capital of the region of Lisbon, and also the capital of the metropolitan area of Lisbon. This might sound confusing, but it's really a workaround to get the same benefits without officially confirming it as the capital. We're not sure why really, but hey, the place is incredible. Number 3. Lisbon is incorrectly called the City of Seven Hills. Most people know that Rome is the city of 7 hills, but Lisboetas also call their city by the same name. Most Lisboans will welcome you to the Cidade das Sete Colinas. However, this is technically inaccurate. It is thought the nickname developed to make Lisbon sound as important as Rome, but the city is actually on 8 hills. The 7 that counted toward the name are these ones. Interestingly, Grassa, the one omitted from the official list, is the tallest. Number 4. The city was devastated by an earthquake in 1755. Known as the Great Lisbon Earthquake, it shook the ground at 10 a.m. on November 1st, 1755 for 8 minutes in 3 separate tremors. It was followed by a city-engulfing tsunami and a devastating firestorm that lasted a week. They got hit with all 3 of them, one after the other. The city was decimated. The earthquake and its aftermath is the reason that the ancient capital is dominated by Pombaline architecture, rather than a jumbled juxtaposition of everything from the Middle Ages onwards, like the rest of Europe's great cities. The post-quake architecture is some of the first seismically protected construction in Europe, so it doesn't happen again. Number 5. Lisbon is home to the world's most expensive chapel. From outside the Igreja de São Roque is an austere Jesuit church. Thought to be the earliest Jesuit church in Portugal and the Portuguese Empire, it was designed as an auditorium for preaching, but it also contains a number of chapels. Most are built in the Baroque style that dominated the early 17th century, but the Chapel of St. John the Baptist was built in the 18th century and is the most expensive chapel in the world. The thing is, for some reason everyone agrees that it's the most expensive one, but there isn't any clear indication of the price, because it's not only the raw materials that make up the price point. It was designed and constructed in Rome using the most expensive materials including gold, silver, ivory, lapis lazuli, and agate. In 1747, after it had been blessed by the Pope, it was deconstructed and shipped to Lisbon. Yes, they shipped an entire chapel from one country to the other. A masterpiece of European art, the chapel contains extraordinarily detailed mosaics. Number 6. The city was a hotbed of spies in World War II. Portugal remained neutral in the Second World War. However, Lisbon was known as the capital of espionage. Spies from opposing sides descended on the city, and misinformation was very much the name of the game. Ian Fleming, the creator of James Bond, was on duty for British naval intelligence in Lisbon, and it is well known that the seaside town of Estoril, under half an hour away from the capital, was the major inspiration for the world's favorite secret agent. During the war, Estoril was a casino town where Europe's richest refugees gathered, including the Duke and Duchess of Windsor and the Spanish royal family. And in a city where secrets and subterfuge were once rife, it is no surprise that one of its best-kept secrets is known to very few. If you haven't already, we strongly recommend you check out our video on 15 things you didn't know about James Bond. You might learn a thing or two. Number 7. The recipe for Pastéis de Belém is known to only 5 men. Custard tarts, or pastéis de nata, are extremely popular all over Portugal, but in Lisbon, they love a particular version of this pastry. They're so good, they were once named in a list in The Guardian as the 15th most tasty delicacy in the world. The Lisbon version of the tarts were originally made by monks, but in 1834, when their abbey was closed, a sugar refinery bought the recipe from them. The refinery owners opened the Fábrica de Pastéis de Belém in 1837, and their descendants own the business to this day. The 5 men of the family are privy to the secret recipe, and to protect it, they never travel in the same plane, take the same car, or order the same dish at any restaurant. This is done in case something horrible happens. At least one of them survives along with the secret recipe. Now that's some prime pastry. And talking of food and drink, Number 8. Lisbon was the first city to import Guinness. The records show that the first export out of Ireland of the world's most famous stout, outside of the United Kingdom, was made to Lisbon in 1811. This is a big departure on the beverage front for a country known for its port and vino verde. Number 9. Trams first ran in Lisbon Street in 1873. Lisbon's trams were first imported from the USA, so don't be surprised if you see similarities between the cars that run in San Francisco and those on the rails in the capital. The grooved rails are called carris in Portuguese, and this is also the name of the public transport company that operates the trams. The trams were originally called Americanos, and today they are a huge favorite with visitors, becoming as iconic as the city itself. Number 10. Lisbon's Vasco da Gama Bridge is the longest bridge in Europe. Spanning the Tagus River, the Vasco da Gama Bridge carries 6 traffic lanes and connects the North Bank with the South Bank. It was completed in 1998 and so named to coincide with the 500th anniversary of the Portuguese explorers' discovery of the sea route from Europe to India. It is a cable-slayed bridge and has a length of 7.6 miles, which is 12.3 kilometers. If you're interested in learning more about bridges, why not check out another of our great videos when you reach the end of this one? Click on the top right-hand corner and it will take you to the 10 most dangerous and deadly pedestrian bridges in the world. Number 11. The Pestana Hotel is also a national monument. You know a hotel offers supreme luxury when the likes of Madonna, David Beckham, and Prince have all been residents. But it isn't just a lavish and elegant place to stay. The Pestana Hotel is a magnificent 19th century palace and officially a national monument. How would you like to spend a night in a monument? Any Aluxers interested? Originally known as the Palace of the Marquis of Valley-Flor, it is the epitome of luxury thanks to a 10-year-long renovation. There are 4 splendid royal suites, but for a real treat, VIPs choose the Royal Manuel, one of the prettiest hotel suites in the world. It comes appointed with the original wooden floors, gilded walls and ceilings, and French doors that open to wonderful views that include the 25th of April Bridge. In a word, sublime. Despite being incredibly expensive to get the premium package, it didn't make our list of the top 10 most expensive hotels in the world. Number 12. Lisbon's iconic landmark, the Torre de Belm, was once a jail. It has also been a customs house, and a telegraph post, and a lighthouse. Construction of the defensive tower guarding the entrance to the River Tagus began in 1514. Today, it's a UNESCO World Heritage Site and a monument of the Golden Age of Discovery, in which Portuguese explorers and seafarers practically ruled the waves. Number 13. Lisbon's best restaurant is Bel Canto. Fine dining is a hallmark of luxury lifestyle, and the place for the well-heeled to be seen in Lisbon is Bel Canto. A 2-Michelin star restaurant, one of only 3 in the whole of Portugal, Chef José Alvilés serves up revisited Portuguese cuisine to discerning palates in a historic building in Lisbon's Chiado district. A tasting menu is priced at €145 and includes intriguingly exotically named dishes, such as the Garden of Goose that laid the golden eggs, Dip in the Sea, and Suckling Pig revisited. Number 14. One of Lisbon's major attractions is only open to the public once a year. The attraction in question is the Galerias Romanas, or underground Roman galleries. Located in Rua de Prata, in the downtown area, the porticoed crypt in the underground area is flooded for a good part of the year, and it can take up to a month to prepare the galleries for public access. They are opened for viewing for a few hours, usually in September, and visitors can expect to queue up for 3 hours for access, which in and of itself is quite an adventure. Entrance is made via a hole in the middle of the street, with traffic still moving around all the time. Number 15. Lisbon is a city of records. Many capital cities can boast the biggest, longest, most expensive, or oldest something. Lisbon lays claim to a few records. We've already learned that the city has Europe's longest bridge, but it also has claim to the highest ogive arch in the world. An ogive arch is a Gothic pointed arch, and Lisbon's record breaker is the Aqueduto Águas Livres, which stands 213 feet, or 65 meters high, and 95 feet, or 29 meters wide. The aqueduct is still in use, carrying water to the ancient fountains of the city. These guys figured this out way before the rest of the world, so it's a pretty big deal. Other Lisbon record breakers include the Santa Engracia Church, which is in the Guinness Book of Records for having the longest construction time of all churches. Construction started in the 17th century and was completed in 1966. Lisbon also owns the record for the world's largest temporary stage, which was constructed in the Benfica Stadium to host the 2007 Seven Wonders of the World Declaration. The record for the largest human national flag, which was created in 2006 by 18,788 people in the National Stadium, and the record for the largest human logo. This formed part of Portugal's successful bid to host the Euro 2004 soccer championships and involved 34,000 people. The city once held the record for the largest Mexican wave, but their feat was surpassed by Japan. What we believe makes the difference between an average person and an Aluxer is their overall knowledge of places like Lisbon. If you do visit, we strongly recommend you book a tour of the many incredible vineyards in the area, and if you have enough time, go north to the city of Porto. Your desire to travel, explore, experience, and learn is what will set you apart from others, so please remember at least one of these facts. For those of you who have visited Lisbon or Portugal, what do you think we should add to this list? Let us know in the comments. And just before you leave, as a bonus fact for staying with us right to the end, here's number 16. Lisbon is home to the only known public tie mirror. A strange object indeed. The mirror is close to door number 115 in Dom Pedro, the 4th square in Rocio. It carries the message, "Correct your ties not." Aren't they some dandy people? Thank you for spending some time with us, Aluxer. Make sure to subscribe so you never miss a video. If you want more, we handpicked these videos you might enjoy, or head over to Alux.com for the best in fine living content on the planet. Be a part of the largest community of luxury enthusiasts in the world and tell your story.